Hey everyone, this is my first tutorial video for the YouTube channel, and I thought I'd do it on side crow and arm balance in yoga. So since it's just a tutorial video, we're not going to do a whole sequence of yoga. It'd be wise of you to warm up involving anything that could warm your body and your cardiovascular system, and start to place some weight on the arms. So things like chaturanga, kneeling, plank, full plank, things like that. And also some twisting poses incorporated into that. So twisting chair pose, or any of your seated twists in yoga, or any twists laying down would help. And then some hand stretches and warm-ups. So press pause and then come back. All right, let's get started. So I know you did some warm-ups, but I want to do a couple hand strengtheners before we get going, because it is an arm balance and we're balancing on these itty bitty little things. So first thing that we'll do is squeeze the hand into fists and then spread the fingers. So kind of slow at first, and then get faster and flick through the fingers. And make sure you're breathing, of course. Do some circles. I like to get kind of weird with it, like you're at a music festival. And then we'll learn Hasta Bandha, which is our hand lock onto our mat. So anytime in yoga that your hands are making contact with the mat, you always want to have them energized. So this means that we're not just jamming into the wrist like so and overextending it. See that harsh angle? Instead of just plopping all our weight onto it, we'll suction cup the fingers. So imagine you have suction cups on the tips of all of your fingers, and you squeeze them and suction into the mat. So much so as you grip and claw the mat that you get a little bubble up in the palm here. Now you want to keep the bases of the fingers rooted, but this palm gets some lift. So instead of looking more flat like that, it'll look a little more rounded here, like you're catching a baseball sort of. All right, so practice that as you place your hands on your mat. Drop the pinky finger and then each finger after that, and squeeze and grip your sticky mat. Push the base of the pointer finger and the thumb down. Make sure they stay rooted. And relax. Squeeze. And relax. Squeeze. And relax, and you'll find somewhere in between those relaxed position and the really squeezed position to use when we're in our arm balance. So a lot of people think they just can't do arm balances because their arms aren't strong enough. I promise you that is likely not the case for you. It does involve some arm strength. However, it's more about your bones stacking in such a way that makes it easier on the muscles. So once I learned that, I tackled all the arm balances that I know of, maybe not their variations, but all the major ones in yoga in 1 year. I learned them. Actually, probably even less than that. So let's get started. I like to get into side crow from this crouched position. So my heels don't touch the floor, yours might, that'd be awesome. Squeeze the inner thighs together to help you stay balanced here, and you can always use your hands too. You're going to cross an arm over just like twisted chair, and then if you can balance, push the other hand against the thigh to help wiggle that knee further up the upper arm. So the further that you get that up the arm, the further ramp you have to slide if you were to start sliding out of the arm balance. So if you have it right here by the elbow, you're probably going to lose it a lot. But if you have it up higher, you are going to have more of a chance of being successful in the arm balance. So try to get that up as high as you can. And I would recommend that you just watch until I give you all my tips and then try the side crow. So I'll walk you through it again. Put the hand down, put the other hand on a diagonal further away, and then you use chaturanga arms. So lean the weight into the hands, squeeze suction cup fingers onto your mat or your surface that you're working with, and then this back elbow is going to tuck in so that the hip lands on the elbow for double arm support. That's our first version. Look forward. That is a huge tip because your head weighs a lot. As you look forward and lean, the hip plops onto the elbow. So you have to keep that tucked in. Then look to the side so that your eyes aren't staring at the ground, because that'll make you want to plop or get scared that you're actually balancing on your hands. So that's a little mental and physical trick. Turn your head to the side. So we've got get the knee up higher on the arm, look forward, tuck the elbow in, and then my last tip for this version would be to use your toes to help you, your toes and the balls of your feet. So you twist, and you can go ahead and try if you want, as long as you can still see. Put the hands on a diagonal, tuck the back elbow in, land the hip onto the upper arm as you lean, push off the toes so you have contact till the last moment, and then turn that head. And try to land softly. Whenever you feel like you need to bail in an arm balance, just try not to go forward. So set that intention in your mind now, that plan for if you do fall. Don't go forward to overextend the wrists. Usually you either topple to the side or plop back on your bottom. Okay, so make sure you try that on the other side or both sides if you haven't done them yet. You can press pause if necessary. And if that's not feeling really great or safe or comfortable for you yet, please just work on the twist to get into it, even placing some weight in the arms. Work on some of those preparatory warm-ups that I told you about. And then when you feel more comfortable, try adding a little more on. And you might not feel comfortable until you have a teacher there with you to help spot and support you. Also, it may help you to have a blanket or a pillow off here to the side, so that if you feel like you're gonna fall, you have that support to land on. But most of the time, it just helps you emotionally with a fear factor of arm balances. Okay, second way to work on side crow, if that went well for you, we're going to try to lift the hip off of the back arm. So there will be two ways to do this. We'll start with the way that we already sort of know. And I'm going to flip around so you can see me better. Crouch down. Grab the leg, lever the arm. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Get it up by the armpit if you can. And then hands on a diagonal. Set the hip on the back arm. Get into your side crow. Push up the toes. Look forward. Then shift your weight more onto the right hand if you're doing the same side as me. And lift the calves and the feet on up to the ceiling. And that levering action will help pull the left hip off of the left upper arm. So I'll show you one more time. And you can try with me. shift the weight to the front hand, lift, feet towards the ceiling, push the ground away strongly with both hands. All right, so you might find that that's the easier way for you to work on that, or there is another way where you just never set the hip down on the arm. You're just balancing on one arm the whole time. Let's give it a go. Remember, watch once and then try with each new thing. So you wiggle. And then for this version, you just set the hand further away from your body. And then make sure you can get the weight into the hands properly. So you might have to wiggle around. Now, your weight's gonna be more forward on this right arm. Look forward, push off the toes, and lift the feet. So that's try number 1. Try number 2, lift the feet up towards the ceiling. Bend the arms like chaturanga. Good. All right. Try with me if you haven't yet. Make sure you're breathing in between, taking breaks when you need to. Look forward, plop. Try that on the other side. I will spare you the boring details of going over that all over again on the other side, but make sure you do it because otherwise you'll be walking around crooked and that'll be kind of funny. All right, thank you all. I hope some of those tips helped. Let me know which ones helped you the most. I'm always just curious. And if you have an idea of a pose that you want me to do a tutorial on, you can also write that in the comments section. Other than that, just hit subscribe, click the notifications bell so you know when I've made a new video and posted it. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.